mess again. But good morning, Jack. I know what everyone on YouTube can.
Morning, mate.
I look like a homeless man. I look like I'm homeless. Oh God. Morning, Jack. You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah. Did you catch that trade yesterday?
I did. I think I got a different one yesterday. I'm just looking at my history now. It was. Oh, I'm still trying to get used to all the buttons and stuff. So
yeah, you'll get there, man. Couple of weeks of this, mate. You'll be sound.
I know. I'm not working at the minute because we're laying bricks. We can't do it in this temperature. So while I'm not at work, I'm coming straight on here. So
Yeah, that's all you want to do.
I feel like even 3 days I've already learned a lot.
Yeah, that's good, mate. That's good.
I was where you were, Jack, 12 months ago. Zero.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I know you, Bobs, already because you're on all videos, all trading I've been watching. So I feel like I know you, but you haven't got a clue who I am.
She's famous.
No, it's good. It's good. I've learned a lot.
She's an ambassador in the company. Okay, guys, welcome to the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the channel. Much appreciated for watching and supporting the channel. We caught a fantastic trade yesterday. I think we pushed... What did we push, Dan? What did we catch? I can't even remember. What did we
Little of a lot. It's moved a fair way to see
we caught 16 on the take partial and plus 23, so 38, shy of 40 pips maybe. So it was fantastic day's trading yesterday, so that was good. News, what have we got today? What day are we on? Wednesday. So we've got no news for us. Because I only trade gold, I rarely look at the news, to be honest with you, because I know that I'm done for around about 11. It's only if I carry on trading after, that's when I sort of look at news, and it's normally 1:30. So we have got some high impact news at 1:30. Okay, cool. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get a top down done. Now remember yesterday, actually wait there, let's start off with the monthly. So the monthly we know had broke out, yeah, and we know the previous month and came and tapped previous support and then flipped. Sorry, this pushed up, came down, tapped previous support, then pulled back, but still closed bullish, flipped back bullish. Okay, now we don't know where it's going next, but we do know on a lower time frame it is in this range here. Okay, so on a lower time frame you'll find that it hasn't broke out the lower time frames. But the monthly at the minute can do anything. It can close doji, it can close heavy bearish, it can come back down to tap previous support, or it can flip to the upside and break to the next zone. We really don't want it to flip to the upside to flip into the next zone, because I don't have a clue where it's going from there. It can go anywhere. Okay, so the monthly is a bit of a tricky one at the minute. It's we sort of disregard at the moment. Now the weekly then, if you've been watching these streams all week, this will be the same thing over again. However, it's good because you're keeping on track where the market's moving. Now remember with the weekly, I said the weekly needs to come and have a steeper bottom wick. We did close bullish. We didn't tap this support, and we know price has been struggling to break back above there. Okay, so therefore where should we be coming? The weekly's now flipped to the downside. We're now Wednesday. So we should be coming down to at least 2003 level. So this is going to be our target. Whether this weekly candle does it, whether this we do it today or we do it Thursday or Friday or what, we should come down and pop down to 2003. So that's my target today. Now, if this weekly doesn't do it, the next one should do it. Okay, or the next one, unless we trickle down, which I hate when it trickles. So this is going to be our target, 2003, because once we tap this, price can go anywhere at that point. Okay, good morning, Abby. Good to see you again. Now, remember the daily. Remember what I said about the daily? And I said to you, if you watch the stream back, I said to you, tonight, when price closes, actually that wasn't the daily, was it? Well, here we are. When the markets close, just check what this next daily does. And I said, I think we're going to get a fake out. I think this is going to be a fake out. Look what happened. Massive fake out. Back into the zone. Now, the issue we've got now is what I don't like is we've had a massive drop and we sort of filled the range. Because that technically is the next daily range there. And we've sort of filled it. So it's a bit of a tricky one now. We need to try and work out where the daily can go. Is the daily going to flip back up? Does the daily need a steeper top wick? So are we going to flip back up? Or is the daily going to drive further down? That's what we've got to work out. And what's going to tell us that? Previous data. And the only thing I've got is, so the daily is still in this range and we've filled the range. So it's not ideal. So therefore, where should we be coming? Well, technically we should be coming back up. But we have had some big momentum off. That's quite a big daily candle. So does that mean we're then going to close bearish on this daily as well because of the momentum? And if so, where are we going to close? Well, all the dailies tend to come down to here, 2018.45, right? All the dailies. Now, But when I say come down, the body's come down. This body didn't come down, but it wicked down, so it taps. So I don't know what it's going to do here. It's either going to reject, flip to the upside, because this previous daily is technically still in that range above, and can flip at any point. So this daily has really sort of made it a pain in the ass for us. Ideally, what we just wanted a close like this. Because if we got a close like that, where's price going? Well, we know where price is going. Well, maybe like that. We know where price is going. You're going to get a top wick, tap previous support, and then you're going to flip to fill this range. But because we filled the range with a full body, and we haven't broke out, we're still in this range, but we filled it. So we can't grab anything. There's nothing to grab for us at the moment. So we're gonna have to be on top form today, and it's probably gonna have to be a lower time frame trade, because the daily it can flip bullish or it can push bearish. It can do anything at the minute. Now let's find out if it does push, where can it go? So let's have a look at previous data. So here's the thing. Look, so the previous day closed respecting. Right, this previous day closed respecting, but even this one closed respecting. And what happened is you pull back to 2041. So let's mark up 2041 for potential wingbacks. If the daily does pull back, this is an area where if we are buying up, we've got to be careful beyond this, because it can reject from here, kind of. Right, or we could take a wingback sell from there. Now, if the daily does push, where does it come? Well, it only pushes to 2016, and it's nearly been there. The next zone is this, 2009, but we need to have a look at some more data. Let's have a look at more data. So, the daily's pushed straight through to the target of 2003. It took 2 days to get down to 2003. Back up, test. Straight through. We close respect, we pull back 2049. Yeah, so we can take sells down to 2003, it looks like, even though it hasn't done it with these candles, but the majority of the time we do come through to 2023 and we haven't tapped it again. Okay. So let's have a look on a lower time frame. But we are sells or buys really at the minute, because the daily could flip to the upside at any point. Okay, so the 4 hour, where's the 4 hour? Let's have a look at this. So 4 hour level is like that. The next 4 hour level is maybe like that. But you haven't got much of a range if we break below that. When there's cases like this, you ideally want a wing back, because a wing back is safer, but it just means you might not be able to get in. It's harder to get into them. Okay, so we've had a forward close. Where's the forward close? So the 4 hour hasn't broke out. The 4 hour, let's flick. If you struggle with marking up zones, guys, and lines, yeah, with Relentless you get this trending structure indicator, so it puts trend lines on for you, and it identifies zones for you. Okay, so it does a lot of the legwork. However, you still want to sort of try and train your brain to do, but it's just nice just to flick on if you are struggling. Okay, so we've got a forward zone here, which we haven't broke, so we've closed respecting. Then we've got a forward zone back up at 2037. Okay, and the forward's not telling us anything. All it's telling us is bearish, but it's filled the range, so we couldn't take the flip. What if we take a wing back from 2037? Because if this 4 came all the way back up, tap 2037, then pull back, came down, nothing. Came down. It took hours to get back up. I'm a bit worried about today because look at these. When you tap this level, look how many candles it takes to get back up. These are 4-hour candles, remember. So does that mean, same again here. So does that mean we're just going to trickle back up before going anywhere? And if so, it's probably going to be a no trade because you're not going to have any volume. You haven't got direction. And they're the two things we need. Okay, 3-hour closed respecting. Again, everything's closed respecting. 2-hour closed back into the range. Therefore, could we not take a wing back buy back up? The hour has closed back into the range. So we've got an hour close like that. So let's have a look. When you get an hour close like this, where do we pull back to? Can we not buy up? We tend to pull back to this little area here. Didn't pull back. Just thinking, could we take a buy stop above? Back in, okay. Back in. Comes back down. Wing back from 2020 maybe. I will break above. You don't tap that much and then you flip. Where do you flip to? It's 50 pips. Okay. Above didn't go. Break above. Back up. Break above. It's not the best, guys. It's an awful edge. We could push back down to 2021. But we're basically saying, have we already done it and have we broke below? So are we going to come back up, or is this the pullback in order to drive? We haven't broke any highs, but well, we have broke these highs here with this. So is this enough liquidity now to push past this? Probably not, but what's the 4-hour doing? So the 4-hour is bearish. So it's tough taking a wing back buy back up because we are bearish on the 4. The 4 can flip at any point. London's going to open at half 8, so is London going to push it down? The 3 hours bearish. 2 hours close bullish and close back into the range. So that is the highest time frame we've closed bullish, which is nice. So if we start flipping bullish, then we look for wing back buys. The 1 hour again is closed back into the range, but this is a range 1 breakout back into the range 1. So what does that mean? If we're going to get a fake out, this is where we're going to get it here. It means the hour is going to close back in and then you're going to push past if we're going to get a fake out. So I'm thinking, do we go for a buy stop instead of a wing back buy? Thinking that this hour is going to flip, because if this hour flips, you tend to come and tap at least 2028. And if the hour flips, what have we got? There's 20 pips there. Stops would just be below this hour, because if it pushes past there, you're not bothered. Because if you push past there, you're pushing all the way to 2023, I would think, because you've already created a bottom wick. So if that's the case, if we 15's closed back in. Oh, look at this here. Suck me in here. Sucker me in. 15 close in. Then we had a fake out back to the upside. 15's got no top wick. It's going to close in 2 minutes. So even if you want to drive down, you're going to have to create a top wick for this 15. Oh, sorry, that's a 5. Sorry. 15's got no top wick. How does this 15 close? 15 closed back into the range. Little bugger. So if this 15 had closed respecting, let me make sure this range is right. The range is so off here. And a bit skew with, are they? Skew with. I don't know if that's closed back in or respecting, because you could argue and say, well, that was that, and then close respecting. So the 15 is probably going to push and break the highs, even if it wants to come down. So could we not just buy back up? Because what is this flip? 8 pips there. So here's the thing, guys. This 15, if I can confirm that this closed respecting. See, look. Slightly off. I think it's broke back in. But if this 15 had closed respecting, and then this 15 had pushed down, with the 5's no top wick, you're going to have a top wick in order to drive down. So what you would do is you would enter on this push down, now on the 15, and you take partial move to break even would be the flip of the 15, because that's creating a top wick, but you'd be safe and risk free. Morning FX Snipe. So if what do I want to see? What do I want to see? So we've got a 5. Let's see how this 5 closes. I'm arguing with whether we're going to get a fake out on this hour or not. That's what I'm arguing, because there's times where the hour can drive and only tap previous support, or the hour can pull back. But it's really difficult taking trades at the moment because we're bearish on the 4, bearish on the 3. It's the 2 and the 1 what have closed bullish, but this is where you can get fake outs. So if you can rule out that fake out, I'm thinking if this hour flips back to the upside, we could just wait for a 5-minute close above. Oh shit.
What's the least amount of pips you would take for a trade?
Depending on the stop. So if it's a, let's say, 100 pip stop, the least I would take is about 50, worst case 10, but 100 pips is a big, there's not much value on the lot at that point. So I average around 70 pip stops for 10 pips, at least 10. If it's less than 10, it's not worth taking. Because we've had a 30 close back in as well, but this is all range 1. This is why I'm a bit wary of taking it, because this is where we can get fake outs. And this 4, remember, I mean, we can argue and say this 4 close respecting, but are we going to push further down, or are we just going to close back in? We've done a bottom wick now. I'm thinking a buy stop just above, because if this hour flips, where's the 30? If this 30 doesn't flip and drive, yeah, and closes next play, we'll get a buy stop on the high for the hour to flip. Farron, we're sort of waiting for more price to print, more candles to print, but at the moment we've got a potential buy up to 2028, because you tend to tap 2028 when you break back into that range. But I just need to confirm it with the hour. Oh, look, the 15's flipped. This is what I was on about with the 15. So if we did enter here, and I was 100% that this had closed respecting, then we would have entered down here and we would have been safe now on the flip. Because if this flips back to the downside, it's probably going to flip and drive, yeah. But because it's flipped up, it's also got a chance to push and break the highs. So we'll see. It's all on this 30 really. Because stand by though, because if the 30 closes respecting, then we'll get a buy stop on the end. There's a 30 minutes on there. Because every time you've been down these levels, every time you've been down to these levels, where does price go next? Well, it tends to come up to tap these levels. Yeah. So are we going to get that back up? What the hell is that? And if we're going to get that, it's probably going to happen on this next hour. I wonder if this 30 close, guys. Be nice to get a nice fast trade this morning, wouldn't it? Look at the 15 now, flip back to the downside. See what I mean? Where price can't just drive down without creating a top wick. And if you know how top wicks and bottom wicks work, you know that you need a top wick in order to drive down. And if you push down without a bottom wick, can't you just enter for a buy and then on the flip of the candle take partial move to break even, hoping it'll carry on? But even if it doesn't, you've took partial and you went to break even. And then with this method, the take partial, that's where we make our money. Anything else is a bonus. Because this could easily flip here. I need this 30 to close respecting though, guys. It's got to close above 2025. Oh, wait there. What's this? You have got a range here. It's got to close above 24.79. Don't know whether I like that. Um, 30. You can actually come all the way back down. Close. Yeah, we've got to stay above there. If we stay above there, we might get this come through. Okay, 4 minutes, guys, for closure. I'm gonna get this marked up. Because is this the daily flipping to the upside? Is this the start of the daily to flip back up? Because if you look at all these wicks, it tends to reject from here. And remember, the daily's closed respecting the previous one. If the daily had broke below, then we wouldn't be looking at this for a buy so soon. Okay. Because I'm probably thinking, why didn't we carry on? Why didn't we break these lows here? Well, probably because this wasn't enough liquidity. So if that's not enough liquidity to push past it, then we need to push past this to grab liquidity in order to get past this. Yeah. So, and what's going to tell us if this hour is going to flip? Well, it's probably going to be this 30. If this 30 closes respecting. But still, it'd be a case of a buy stop. I just want to have a look at the 5s actually. When you get a 5 close above here, what happens to price? You think about. When we get a 5 close above there, what happens to price? Let's have a look. Might be waiting for a 5. Okay, we don't drive. We come back. But we do make it in the end. Oh, this is what we don't want. Trickle. Back in. Close through. I'm just looking at every time prices being down in these 2021 levels, because that's where we're coming from. When we've been down here, yeah, you do tend to drive. Oh, okay. So we could wait. One minute for 30. Morning, Krish. You okay, mate? One minute for a close. Now, if the 30 opens up and pops down first, right? Just want to see if we do pop down to 2021. Don't think we do. If we close respect in the next 30, probably give a bottom wick and then flip and then drive. Unless we get this back down, 2021, back up. Okay, that could potentially work as well. 30 pips. We have got a potential wing back buy at 2021, but this 30's got to close respecting, guys. If it closes back below, different bias. I'm gonna have to wait. Now, looking at this one, the 30 actually closed back in. And then you actually closed Nestle to the downside. And then you drove up. So, we could get caught out here. So, we're going to have to be careful of this here. You basically got a Nestle to the downside. And then you still... But this is from higher up. I mean, look at that drop. So, we're probably not going to get that. We're going to get anything what comes from the bottom. Up. 30 close. Pull back. Flip. What are you doing? So the 30's closed back into the range. So this is what I'm saying here. Remember, on the 1 hour, this is where you would get your fake outs, because this is your range 1. Okay, this is where you would get your fake outs. Your range 2. What is that? A full range? That this is a full range. These are minor range here. 20, 30. So you'd need to break above there to fill the rest of the range, really. So very difficult at the minute taking this buy, because the 30's closed back in. I mean, it's closed respecting this minor support here, but it's a very minor support, that. Yeah, it is. So it means we're going to get... Well, what it's telling us is we're likely to get a fake out on the hour. So that means the hour's going to close back into this range. Therefore, where should we be going? Well, if we get a fake out and we get an hour close back in, can we not just get a top wick sell stop to the downside? Because we're in line with everything. We're in line with the 4 hour. There's still 1 hour and a half left. So if this hour closes bearish, that means you've got 1 hour left for the 4 hour. So would that last hour then drive for the 4 hour? Probably, unless we're going to fuck about here on this 4, because we technically didn't break the lows, did we? Why didn't we carry on driving? If we were going to power through... If you look at this range, right? between 2024 and 2003. Look at it. Every time you come into it, you just reject it, or you absolutely powered through it. You powered through it. So you either reject around these levels where we are now, or you power through. Now, we haven't powered through, because that means if we were going to power through, this forward would likely flip to the downside and drive, but it wouldn't give us much of a pullback like this one, because it had that much power, just drove straight through. So this tells me that we're likely going to come back up, but if we're getting a fake out back to the downside, it's telling us that we technically should come further down. But are we just going to come down to test the lows to then flip back to the upside? Now, what I did notice a minute ago, was it the 1 hour? What do you notice about the 1 hour? See if anyone can give me the answer, either in the chat or on TNS. If you look at this 1 hours, look at the lows of the 1 hour, what do you notice? Anybody?
Wicks.
But no bottom wick. Look at these hourlies here. 2 hourly candles with no bottom wick. So does that mean even if we want to drive up, we've got to come down, break the lows to create a bottom wick for this to then go? Is that what we're saying? Or is this us pushing up, grabbing liquidity to then flip back to the downside? So all these things we've got to take into consideration. We also got to look at every time we come down to these levels, because we tend to come down these levels and reject. Do they have no bottom wick? So these have all got wicks. These have got wicks.
30 minutes you on,
Say again, Barbs.
that's the 30 minutes you are on.
Oh shit, yeah, sorry, 30 minutes. Thanks, Barbs. I've missed you, Barbs. Always correcting me. Let's have a look at the hour then. Oh yeah, so the hours have got wicks, yeah. So the 30 minutes haven't. So I would still think the 30's got to come down to create a bottom wick, but it's just whether
It came close to creating a bottom wick for a one from the 11th of January on the hour.
did it.
2017 or 1691. There's no bottom wick on that one. On the hour. So it still hasn't come down and created a
Oh,
bottom wick.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right, Dan. Here, aren't you? Yeah. So if we mark this up, yeah, marked it up on the 30. Look where it lines up. So this could be a big rejection zone round here. So are we going to pop back to this, break the lows, and then pop up, or are we just going to push past it? This is the thing. So at the minute, I can't do anything at the minute because we need to wait for this hour to close. Now, if this hour closes Nestle, that would then, the way this would look with the 30 is the 30 would close back above. So if the hour can close Nestle, and depending on which way the hour opens up, we can potentially get a trade from that. Okay, so just hang fire, guys. We're sort of nearly there. We're nearly. What, you like the thumbnail, Vin? Have you seen the thumbnail, Dan, on YouTube?
Nah.
It's funny. Do you want me to show you it? Let me have a look. This is the YouTube thumbnail today. Can you see it? Oh, you won't be. Oh, it's because you're on Discord. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. I'll show you now. Stop streaming. Share. This is the YouTube thumbnail for today. That's actually me as well, though, guys. It's actually me.
Magnificent.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Any ideas for thumbnails, guys? Even on YouTube, drop me a message. I need more ideas. I need more ideas.
Need a tutu on that one, Pete.
Need a what?
Tutu.
A 2-2. Yeah, I know.
Ballet dress.
Really bring out my figure. Look at this 30 now. Is this
Well, then you can be.
You what, Barbs?
Then you can be general, neutral. Oh, sorry, gender.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You're getting there, Barbs. You're getting there. Okay, what are we looking at here? What am I looking at here? 15. Oh, that's not fair. So we've had a 15 close back respecting. So is this 15 going to break the lows? And if so, are you just going to pop down? I'm a bit wary taking any trades at the minute, guys, until I get that hour. Because if we take a sell from here now, down, yeah, the hour, remember, can still flip to the upside at any point. Because the hour's broke out, remember. The hour, technically, is in this range. Yeah, yes, we know it's a sort of range one. You can tend to get a fake out. But the hour should technically be coming up to here. At least these levels, because these are minor support here. Okay, so it's really hard. But we know now the lower time frame, the 30's closed back in. So the 30 technically is in this range. Therefore, where should the 30 be going? Well, the 30 should be coming down to fill the range. So we've got contradiction. So all we have to do now is just wait. We've got to wait for the hour to close. Because if the hour closes bearish, back into the range, that means your 30's back in, your 1 hour's back in, your 4 hours bearish, your 3 hours bearish, your 2 hours bearish, everything's bearish. And everything just sort of ticks the boxes. And then your probability for the trade, you know that when you break below a certain zone, 95% of the time you push to the next zone, your odds are pretty good, aren't they? Your odds are pretty good, and that's all it is with Forex. It's just a probability game. If you can work out the probabilities of what price has done in the past, and get good odds, it's just a case of placing the trade. Now, is this going to drive this 30? Oh. Because if you look at these, so this hour, I've got to be careful with this as well, because so we had an hour break up. We didn't break back in the range. We actually closed respecting. But look what happened. The next hour then broke the lows. So what do you think everybody was doing? If we rewind this back. And this is what I always say is, like, you've got to understand with trading, you're up against really, really, really smart people trying to take your money. Yeah, they're really smart. You can't underestimate them. So if you've seen that, you've closed respecting, you technically had a nest play, and then you broke to the low, what would everyone be doing there? I guarantee loads of retail traders will be selling straight away. They won't even wait for a pullback, they'll just be selling. Yeah. And then you got this. Drawdown, stops. A lot of people would have stops just above the high off the hour, thinking it's just going to carry on driving down. And then obviously, even if your stops were above this high, you've now been stopped out. And then you come down. So this is why it's really, you've got to wait for, like, if you do get that break, you've got to wait for that pullback and just follow the rules, basically. See if we can get this hour break to the low. Because if we get an hour break, if we get an hour close below this, because this is, we get rid of this mess. See, the hours are like that, really. They're not even like that. It's an awful, awful range, guys, because look at this. They're all different levels. Look at that, all different levels. This one actually broke, I believe. Oh, no, it didn't close respecting. So we closed respecting here. So really, we're probably going to need a break below there on the hour to take sells. That would confirm the daily gone. So let's have a look at price. If we get, the thing is though, to push past here and fill this range, you're going to need a top wick. You're going to need a pullback to 2037. Let's have a look what the hours do. When you get a break below 2019.18, where does the hour go, right? So we had a break, we got a pullback, and then we had a flip. Where did we push? So let's mark up the furthest it pushed for a potential take partial move to break even. So, and then we've got to work out, okay, is that enough pips? Is that enough pips? So let's say we would have entered about here. Okay, 30 pips, not bad, yeah? 30 pips, not bad. Okay, so let's have a look at more data. Okay, so our break below, we got the pullback. We probably wouldn't have been activated because we would have waited for a pullback anyway. You've had an hour close, so you wouldn't be taking that. Then you wouldn't be taking this because your hour's still up here. But now we've had another break to the low, so again you would wait for a pullback. So you probably wouldn't have got in on this one either. So this is what I'm saying. This is telling us we really need to wait for a pullback if we get a close below. Okay, but we didn't drive. Our break to the low, and then we powered through. Now where did it pull back to? Okay, so pull back to 2026. So let's mark this up for a potential wing back. So if the hour does open up with no bottom wick and just drives up, what are we thinking? We're thinking it needs a bottom wick. It's going to need a bottom wick. So therefore, we're probably thinking the hour's going to flip to the downside, because the more pushes up, the more likely it's going to flip and drive. Okay, so the hours come through. Let's have a look more data. So I want to sort of disregard these because you're coming from the bottom. So our came straight through, back up. Now we can do that. Our came straight through. So when you get this, don't disregard it. It means that price does fly through it. So it's a good thing. So it's another tick. It's another yes. Adds to the percentage of how many times it comes through. Straight back through. Straight through. This one, it broke below but it already tapped it. So this is an area, look, fake out. Broke. Drove through. So the majority of time when you come back in, we've got to get a pullback. We have to get a pullback. Our close, pullback, tap previous support. So we need to tap at least previous support, and then we can look to take it. But that's if we come down there, guys. Like, the daily's in an area where it can just mess up. It could just consolidate all day, because remember that the previous daily's closed respected, so it means we could easily get a doji candle today on a daily, and the daily could just be going up and down, and we'd just consolidate all day. Our close. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the hours, but I do need a pullback. Very, very tricky taking anything beyond that, because a lot of the time you just reject. So if we get a close below here, on the hour, closure, then we've got to wait. Got to wait for a pullback in order to get in on it. Okay, so that's what we've got to the downside. Now, I do believe though we need to create a top wick, which, if we're going to get that top wick, is this how we're going to flip? That's the question. And if it flips, this is a really strong area around here. It's more like the zones are so skew with. It's more like that. This area is a dangerous zone to entering trades, because it's areas where price doesn't hit a certain level and reject it. Anywhere in this area it can reject from. So it's got to push past this. And then if it's got to push past this, you've got to go, okay, what fuel have we got in order to push past it? Well, the only fuel we've had, apart from this, which, bear in mind, didn't break this high, so technically it only broke all of this, is that enough liquidity to now push past these lows? Don't know.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Now, we did get another pullback here, so when you get a pullback like that, it just means that if we do, we probably just push past and then trickle down like that. That's what we've got to say, really, guys. Is this enough liquidity here to now push past these levels to push to the next zone? Well, let's have a look at previous day. So we had this. So let's say this is our high. This is our high. Price comes down, taps 2018. Price comes down, taps 2018. It then pulls back, taps 2037, pulls back, taps 2037. Okay. Then we drive straight down to 1975. Yeah. We drive, we don't push through. Therefore, but looking at previous date, we're probably going to want to do this, but we're basically saying that because you think this candle actually didn't come from here, actually came from here. So this was enough liquidity to push past and break through. So are we saying that this isn't enough liquidity to push past and break through? Therefore, it needs to do a pullback to break the highs, which this one broke these highs. To break the highs, and basically this extra pullback here from here to here is the liquidity missing what this candle done from here to here. Is that liquidity there, what's grabbed there, this one here, in order to push past and drive? And if it is, then we should be coming down to 1977 levels. I hope that makes sense. I mean, if you've just joined the stream and you see this, it looks like we're just doodling, but you know, there's a method to the madness. Time will tell. And if it is going to be enough liquidity, how do we get in? How do we get in? Because the 4 hour hasn't broken. Nothing's broke out yet. This is the thing. The daily's respecting. So until that daily close, tomorrow, tonight even, if we can get a daily close below here, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic, because we should be coming down. But at the minute, we've closed respecting, so the daily can flip to the upside at any point. The 4 hours closed heavy bearish, but closed respecting this minus support. So the 4 hour can flip and drive, because sometimes price does that. Sometimes price closes respecting and then still drives for the next candle. I went through, like, I think it was like a month of that happening. I was missing everything. I just couldn't get in. I spent like a month just watching price go exactly where I said it was going to go, but I just couldn't get in. Okay. That's when I started looking at wingbacks, to be honest with you. So, is this going to flip and drive? If it is going to flip and drive, what's going to tell us that's going to flip and drive? Lower time frames. So let's have a look at the 3. The 3's got an hour left. The 3's tapped previous support, but the 3's closed respecting. The 2 closed bullish and back into the range. So what is this 2 going to do? It's still got another 2 hours. Sorry, an hour and 8 minutes. This hour is going to close in 8 minutes time. Now, the only way we can take sells is if we get an hour close below, but I don't know if we're going to get it. We're probably going to get an hour close like this, and then the new hour will pull back, and that'll be the one what pushes past these levels if the 4 is going to flip. But it means we probably wouldn't be able to get in unless we take a lower time frame, break to the low of 2019. The 30 don't. Because the 30 is close respected on that minor support, but it did close back in. 15's coming back down. What happens if we get a 15 below here? Say you don't drive, you can't even take a 15, guys. That's 20 pips. Drove. 15 pullback. Look, this would be nice. We've got a 15-minute closure, then a pullback, wing back sell. 2026. That'd be perfect. I mean, look at that. One 15-minute candle, back up, tap, pull back. I'm sure we'll catch something though. $15 powers through there. Then no, the 15 through. But where did that 15 come from? Came from these levels of 2025. 15. It is a 15-minute zone. 15 through. 15 close, pull back, gone. Ooh, do you know what? It's quite strong. 15-minute zone. So if we can get things that we didn't do it here. So what does that mean? These are new ranges. That's another issue. When price starts creating new ranges. We definitely need a pullback. We'd have to go risk free straight away, 10 pips I think. Where would stops be? Too big that. Too big. We've got to get that hour close. So if the hour closes like this, remember, if the hour closes like this, it can still push up or power through. Because remember this one, this hour even broke the low and then still powered up. So I think the key is going to be the 4 hour. The key is going to be the 4. Well, I say the key is going to be the 4 hour because if this 4 hour closes doji, like this one, doji, you're going to have to wait again. Because this is what I'm saying. I mean, look at this 4 hour. So if this 4 hour closes like this, say, look at the next 4, it didn't do anything. You wouldn't have been able to get in on that, really. And then another 4 hour. It's a push. Now, I don't think it'll be like that because, you know, that was early in the morning, I think. 10 o'clock at night, yeah. So, obviously we've got New York coming up. London session's not long opened. And New York is coming up. So, we're going to get some volume. But it's just a case of, are we going to pull back? Create a top way? Are we going to get this one more time? And then go? Or are we just going to go from here? But if we're going to go from here now, why haven't we gone? Why hasn't this 4 flipped and gone? Maybe this hour's going to do it? Can we not just take a sell stop underneath the 4 now? We can't take a sell stop underneath the 4. Why? Because the 30's got no bottom wick. What that means, it means price might just pop down, activate us, and then flip. So we can't actually get a sell stop off the 4 of the low. But does price need to come and break the lows again in order to drive up? And if that's the case, if the hour pulls back first with no top wick, no bottom wick, could we not just get a sell stop underneath ready for this hour to flip to the downside, because it's likely to come and create a bottom wick for them 30 minutes. Could we do that? Potentially. Potentially. Let's see how this hour closes. It might be a fast one, this, guys, as well. Might be a fast one, because we're breaking back below this now. So if we're breaking back below this, we should be coming to tap 2019. Even if you want to drive, are you going to have to tap 2019, 2018? What's this little mess here? Stops are massive. I don't know whether I like them stops, because you're going to have to clear this range at 2037. I mean, suppose the tape passes 26 pips, so it'll probably wear it out, but you're probably going to have to clear 20. You're going to have to clear this for stops. If this hour does flip, if you look at these hours, if the next hour does flip and drive, yeah, could we not, if we pull back, can we not get a wing back? So whether we're going to push back up to that level. Tough taking a wing back. But I do believe we're going to have to come and tap 2019 again. So if this hour can open up and pull back first, couldn't we just sell? Ready for the flip. So new hour now, guys. New hour has opened up. How did this hour? Oh, no bottom wick. Fantastic. Okay, so no bottom wick on this hour, which doesn't help us. Now if this hour can pop up first without a bottom wick, we look to get in. Oh, it's pushing down, isn't it? So what does that mean when there's no bottom wick? So what tends to happen when there's no bottom wick, what tends to happen is the new candle then opens up, pushes down first, and then flips to the upside and closes bullish. That's what tends to happen. I'm not saying it happens every time. It tends to happen. So the rule is when there's no bottom wick, you sort of just avoid it, because, or you know that the candle's going to open up, push down first, but it should end up bearish, really. That's what tends to happen. So if it's going to end up bearish, and we know it's going to end up bearish, we're looking bullish. Bullish. We know it's going to end up bullish, because it tends to close the opposite. So we had a bearish 1 hour close with no bottom wick. So what tends to happen is the next hour then tends to close the opposite. So this one should technically close bullish. Now we haven't filled the range. This is the thing. When you get something like that, if we got this hour had filled the range and closed respecting with no bottom wick, and then if this hour opened up, pushed down first with no top wick, we would just have a buy stop on the other side, because we would expect this to come up and flip, because it's going to close bullish anyway. That's what tends to happen. And then the new hour would then come down bottom wick and then look to come and break past the highs. But at the minute, guys, we don't know, because is this the 4 hour flipping now? So look at the 4 hour doji. And if we start seeing price struggle here, what does that mean for the daily? It means the daily is either going to flip to the upside or it's going to close sort of small bearish because the daily hadn't fully filled the range. There was a tiny little gap where a new daily could squeeze in there. So it means we wouldn't get much movement today. So are we going to mirror image this, guys? This is what we're saying. Are we looking at this here? And if so, it's going to be very slow. Hopefully not. What time was that? That was 10. Oh yeah, that was 10 o'clock. Hopefully not. What's this hour going to do? Now, the next hour could just drive. It can do anything because Forex, remember, right? Price can do anything at once. But what you need is a higher time frame break of some sort. The 4's close respect. I want to mean higher time frames, 4 hour or 1 hour, right? We've had a forward close respecting, and we've had a 1 hour fake out back to the downside, but close with no bottom wick, and hasn't broke out. So you've only got this to this. Now I do think price is going to come down and tap this, but you can't just take sells. If price pushed up first with no bottom wick, then yeah, we could potentially just enter, because you know you're going to have a bottom wick and you're likely going to come and tap this level. We would just enter and come back down. Okay, but it's opened up and it's pushed down first, and that's mainly because this previous hour's got no bottom wick. But we haven't had any break on a higher time frame or nothing. We had nothing yet. So I can't do much. Can't do much yet, guys. Can't do much. I need to make sure. I haven't changed the the trade from yesterday. The record. Good morning if you're watching on YouTube. If you've learned something that you're enjoying the stream, guys, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. We trade most weekdays from 8 AM, London session. If you want any information about us, hit the Linktree button, get into our free Discord, and get loads of information. I'll notify you when we start going live as well. But I appreciate you being on the stream. It's a new channel. The company's been around a while, but we're sort of new to YouTube. We're just sort of building the channel, really. We've been trading live though for members for a long time, but we've always kept it in house on our TNS, our trade and study area. Good morning, Martin. Happy birthday for yesterday. How old are you? 22 now? 22. Still runs a mile and a half in six minutes flat.
6 days.
Did you have a good one, or did you do anything, or just chill?
Just chilled.
Yeah.
January. There's not a lot going on midweek in January, is there?
Nah, not really. It's not really the best for birthdays, is it?
It's not, but there you go. You can't dictate when you go. I enjoyed it. It was good.
I'm not a big birthday person, me. I wouldn't even celebrate it, really.
No, I'm not.
It's just another day, innit?
Yeah, I don't want to take the celebration fact that I'm retired, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Celebrate a bit. So, how's it going, mate? You alright?
Yeah, go. Just know what's going on at the minute, Martin. We're just waiting. We're gonna have to wait for this forward close, I think. I don't think we're gonna move to this forward close. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting.
seems like that. You have like, you had a good day yesterday.
Yeah.
Monday was slow. It's like slow day, good day, slow day, good day. And maybe that's just me looking last 2-3 weeks.
It's literally just sort of cycles, really, the market. Well, I say cycles. It's always changing, so you might get slow weeks and then you'll get really fast weeks where, you know, it's so easy to catch trades.
Yeah.
But to be honest, you learn more from days like this, believe it or not. Yeah, because it's what you need to. When there's days like this, a lot of people will be struggling to stay out of the market. They'll just be entering trades. So these are the people who are getting caught out, who people can't sit on their hands and wait. That's the key with trading, really, is being able to have the discipline just to sit and wait for your setup. And if it doesn't show, you try being on stream for 4 or 5 hours trading and you don't catch anything. It's pretty hard, really, because you feel like, well, I've just wasted 5 hours. Well, you haven't, because you've learnt loads. But yeah, trading's boring. That's why you sort of need a community. You what, Babs?
Great industry for fishermen.
You are?
A great industry for fishermen. They just sit on a bank, don't they, and wait till you get the catch.
Yeah, well, unless you're as good as me, because I don't wait that much. I just catch fish all over when I go fishing, Babs.
That's why.
You know, I'm just pulling them out one after another. Go on, son. But yeah, you're right though. You got to sit and wait for your float to go under or whatever.
And just when you think you've got it hooked, it's away from you.
That's it.
You can go through the zones.
What's the weather like in Cyprus, Babs?
Lovely, Pete.
Is it?
Very nice.
Miserable
It's a
here.
bit cloudy, bit sunny, but it's very warm.
Yeah. I do miss the weather, like. Well, I say miserably. The sun's out now.
Isn't it cold?
Oh, it's freezing. Absolutely. The wind is like ice.
It's colder inside here in Cyprus than it is outside. There's no insulation inside. So we are sitting in our scarf.
Yeah, are you starting to get actually you won't be, will you? You're still dead over there, will it? January. When's the weather pick up? Is it
lovely? It's lovely over here because there's no tourism.
Yeah. I know, we were like opposite when we were out there, because it was like, obviously we like to have a drink in there, and everything was closed.
Yeah,
So
they do close for the season.
You were just stuck in camp, bloody drinking.
January and February is probably our winter.
Yeah.
When it's wet, filling it out up.
Yeah. Have you got ice at yours, Abby? Oh, she's got like an ice rink outside of the house. Get your skating shoes on. Do some backflips. Hey, what about Jose Mourinho going to Newcastle, Martin, Dan?
Do you want him to?
Tough one.
I can't believe you want him to.
Tough one. I think we said this yesterday, didn't we? The only way because I do like Eddie Howe. If he got offered the England job and everyone sat on a table, Eddie, you go to the England job, Jose come to Newcastle. Then yeah, I would.
It's recovering from Jose though. Because after 2 years he winds everybody up and then he's got to go.
I think it's just he's.
I heard me name. I was at the toilet. What was going on?
Yeah, we talked about Jose again. Jose Mourinho. I've seen loads on Facebook. People are saying it's written in the stars.
Well, you know, we've said it is Facebook, so
Must be true.
99% of the time it's going to be true.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook, it's true.
Yeah.
I reckon you'll be alright without him, mate.
You are?
You'll be alright without him.
Yeah. I'm still happy with Eddie. Like, if Eddie has a bad season next season and there's no improvement, as in, I'm not on about last season, I'm on about improvement from this season, then yeah, we can start looking. But it's until he stops improving the team. As in seasons, not just a few games. Obviously, we've lost loads of games recently, but I'm on about the season. This season, we're in the Champions League, and you know, so this was an improvement season. But next season, if we don't get back in the Champions League or Europe, then and we're finishing mid-table, then there's no improvement there. We've got to finish higher next season than we finished this season.
There's a lot of ifs and buts in there, Pete.
I know. It is, isn't it?
You've got to keep the faith, mate. He knows what I like him to be fair.
He's British as well. It's nice to have a British manager. You want them to do good, don't you?
Oh God, yeah. It's very fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing. He's no mug.
Oh yeah.
Bournemouth team.
Yeah.
With Bournemouth.
I know. Yeah, but it's just the thing with that. This is where football's wrong, because what he done with Bournemouth was amazing, but people only remember for him. People only remember him getting them relegated. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think you have got a time limit at clubs, haven't you?
Yeah, you do like.
Unless everyone's with you and you're going the right way, and then you've got a time limit at club. You really have.
Yeah,
Look at Arteta though, 4 years.
I know.
He's doing alright now.
I think that's what you need though. You need a long-term manager. Like that's when things get done. Long-term. Look at Alex Ferguson. I mean, Arteta done crap at Arsenal the first few seasons. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Arteta's pants when but it wasn't as pants as
Is who?
Ferguson. Ferguson was bobbing. They had to clear out a lot of that drinking culture and things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. It takes time, doesn't it? Price is pushing here. 15. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we get on.
When's your next game then?
7th.
Fulham, isn't it?
Fulham, Cup.
It's our last cup. That's all we're left in.
That semis, that? Was that the FA Cup?
FA Cup fourth round, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, FA Cup. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't get through, did you? To I keep thinking of the
Carabao.
yeah, United.
Yeah.
Not
Bloody.
out and have some fun, didn't you?
See, wasn't it?
We had a bloody tough draw in that Carabao. We played like all the good teams.
Yeah, you did. Fair play to you.
Yeah, we beat City, didn't we?
You did, yeah. Yeah, you beat us fair and square. Fair play, yeah.
Damn right we did. That's what payback was for, wasn't it, in the league?
Was De Bruyne playing? I can't remember. Probably not.
He was injured, wasn't he? He's been injured since April.
Yeah. Well, we seem to have dropped the Carabao Cup past couple of seasons. So, yeah, dunno. Who knows? Maybe go in the FA Cup if you can beat Tottenham. Might even score a goal at Tottenham Stadium. You never know.
Carabao Cup, man, it's like getting a bag of Haribo for a good month at your job.
I'd take it though.
I would as well.
I'd snatch it. Yeah, I'd go.
You know, it's not classy when we won the league, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, we were going so well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Well, it's a pot.
Well, that's it, exactly. It's a
You
cup.
know the pot, can you?
When you haven't won anything for a while, you'll take anything.
And it still puts you up there as being the best team at that moment in that cup. You know, there'd be Premiership teams in it, and they didn't win it, you did. So,
Yeah. Agreed.
Fair play to whoever did. So it was enjoying the cold weather then. Anyone go out snowballing yesterday?
Bloody. Have we got snow there?
We did have yesterday.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
I'm right next to the sea. We won't get. We had snow. It was snowing, but with nothing will. Yeah.
Nothing will stick near the sea, will
Nah.
Not especially not Anglesey. Used to go Anglesey when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 Bay. Is it 3 Bay?
Tried a bit, yeah. I live next to there, but I'm moving to Kemais Bay.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm moving to Kemais Bay, so that's a nice place as well.
You stay with some farmer, like fields, caravans, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All Welsh folk, really nice ones, well Welsh. How Scooby Doo what he said. But when you're a kid, you don't care, do you? I feel like that's nice.
Yeah, it is a lovely place.
It's away from the English though, mate. Well, you got all Scousers there, don't you?
Yeah, that's the only downside. You do get a lot of Scousers.
Be careful, I'm online.
I know, you do get a lot of Scousers.
If they're not in Cyprus.
Yeah.
County line now.
We were taken here by the Scots.
It's full of planty Scousers, isn't it? And stuff like that. It's something down there. Migrate, but you want to live in Liverpool, eh, Barbs?
Say that again, I didn't hear that.
Well, I'm saying, if you want to live in Liverpool, you've got to move away, haven't you?
No comment.
Only kidding, kiddo, only kidding. Just pulling your leg. Cyprus be a completely different beast to Manchester, isn't it? Or Liverpool. Nice weather. Blue skies.
Absolutely, yeah. I lived in Manchester. The day I moved, somebody said it rains every day in Manchester. Oh, that's a stupid comment. How true. Somewhere in Manchester it rains every day.
Don't know. Well, in most days, I give you that. Not the driest part of the world, but that's life, isn't it? I don't get suntan, you get rust.
You get moonbends, don't you? Get a moonbend, right? We're just not shifting, guys. We're not shifting. 30-minute close in a bit. No top wick on the 30. No bottom wick. Is this 30 going to flip or are we going to stay like this? Therefore, the 4 is now flipped bearish. But the range for the 4 hour, there is a bit of a gap. So if you look at this little area here, there's a little bit of a gap there where the new 4 can just sit in. So when you don't fully fill the range, it means the next 4 can just close bearish but close respecting. And then you've got to wait for another 4 to see what that 4 does. So we're not looking good at the minute. But I'm hoping something pops out. 2 hour, it's got 38 minutes left. It's all on this 4 hour really, what this 4 hour does. Okay. Because if this 4 can just break the low but not drive, and then we get a top wick on the next 4, the next 4 is likely going to come and break the highs, I would think, and then hopefully flip to the downside to come and fill the range. So we'll see. We will see. Have you seen my YouTube thumbnail, Martin?
Have a seen YouTube what? Sorry?
Thumbnail.
Don't know what that is.
Oh.
Someone's over the age of 50.
I thought you just turned 22, Martin.
He did say 22 to me.
Should be banging the thumbnails, mate.
You've met me, Pete. You know I'm not 32.
I tell you what, you dance like a 22-year-old though.
That's alcohol and stupidity, that.
Yeah. I'm like that though, but I just... Oh, I'm always dancing, but I just wasn't that night. Look, it's beautiful.
What's your thumbnail? What's that mean to YouTube?
It's on YouTube. It's just the picture what sort of it shows on the video before the video starts.
Ah, right.
You'll have to go onto YouTube though. Drop us a like while you're there as well. Go to Relentless Hub.
YouTube. I'm putting it on an alert. Because I'm on air, never go into it.
Yeah. It's actually me that as well.
Is it? You've changed that, haven't you, recently?
Oh, James, what? Which one are you looking at here? Are you looking at the right one?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You had the cards up, didn't you?
Are the cards up?
Yeah.
What cards?
You know, the tickets up. Is that the one?
No.
Stand by it.
You're still drunk for your birthday, aren't you?
If only I wish, Wednesday, 17th?
Look at today's live if you can. What is this daily gonna do? Is this daily just gonna close like this? See, today's tough because of that daily. That daily's sort of ruined today, really. Now you need this daily to close below 2020, and if it closes below 2020, to be honest, it doesn't. It needs to close below 2016, really. If it closes below 2016, it should be coming down to at least 2003, but if not, through to 2081 levels. So that would be nice. That would be nice. So that's what we want to see tonight, really. 35 minutes, guys. Go and make a brew. Do what you need to do. We're not doing anything until this forward closes. You're probably not going to get any volume anyway until this forward closes.
Got you on air, Pete. Got you in your shades, looking all rodent. Is that rodent army? Got you in looking like Napoleon.
Oh yeah, that was one of them. I watched that the other day. I enjoyed it actually.
I've got you with you dancing. Really dancing.
Dancing.
Dancing. Your taps over there. Because obviously tidy you've been in Wales, you see. And now
You said Wales. That was Scottish.
Easy to
That was Scottish there.
There you are with you. You're in a fandango there, are you dancing?
Dancing, yeah. Doing the splits.
Oh God, yeah, aren't you?
Yeah.
That just shows you my eyes, mate.
Yeah.
It's, whose legs are those, though?
They're mine then. They're mine. I've got really long legs. I'm quite tall in person. Come on, Gold. This is what trading does to you. You just end up chatting shit when you're waiting about.
You had me till you said you had long legs. I really thought it was you.
Yeah, what do you mean, Babs? I'm quite tall. I'm 6'4". 6'4".
Yeah, but you can have a long body as well as short
Yeah,
legs.
true. True, Dad.
6 foot torso.
Yeah. No, I'm on.
Was he 6 foot tall, standing, sitting down? He was 5'6" stood up.
Yeah, I am 5'6" actually. I always thought it was 5'4" until I measured myself.
5'4", that's technically a midget, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Does it include your hair, Pete?
5'6". I am.
Does it include your hair?
Yeah, that's why I grew my hair. Just add a couple of inches on, Babs. That's why I always put it on the top of my head.
Gives you something to stand
Yeah.
Yeah, pit ponies, mate. That's what it is.
Yeah. God, they were so slow, guys. There's really. What's this 4 gonna do? Come on, let's put some bets on. What's this 4? Is this 4 gonna break below 2016 or not?
Yes,
It is.
it has to.
Has to, yeah.
Because some stupid bugger this morning got up early, like 5:30.
Oh, you're in, aren't you?
6 o'clock stuck a trade on, and it did not go the way that I wanted it to
Really?
go. It's come back down now because I've got a sell on.
Yeah. Where did you enter at?
I was below the 4-hour candle.
Oh, here. Oh, did you enter literally on this 30-minute breakout? Or the
Yeah.
hour? Bloody hell. Well, it should come back. I would get out of breaking if I were you, like, but
But I was waiting for it to come back because I was still tired. I don't even know what I was thinking. I was just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
come down low. It'll still.
it's stuff like that we can't do, really.
Nah.
Over time, mate, you've got to sort of learn to not do that. You've got to hold off. But-
I've done that once.
Yeah, but I do believe you're going to have to break this if you want to push past this now. So you'll get one candle what pops down and then comes up.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just
it hasn't used a chance to really get out yet, so
yeah.
that's why when it started going up, I was like, no. Give us at least a decent pullback,
Okay.
and it didn't.
I
So,
am thinking with a wing back back up, because if this 4 closes doji, the thing is though, you can't. If this 4 if we're getting this, guys, it's going to be very difficult to get in, because if this 4 closes doji, it means the new candle doesn't even pop down, break the lows, and then flip. So you can't even grab a wing back up. You couldn't grab anything because this would just be range 1. And looking at data, you tend to trickle up, and if we're going to trickle up in these areas, it's going to be very difficult to catch something. Very difficult. We'll see. We will see, guys. We will see. We will see. All the crypto's going back up, aren't they? If you're into crypto.
about that with somebody, saying like Bitcoin had the chance to like mine Bitcoin back in 2008, but
Yeah.
or knew about all of that sort of stuff. So it was just like the way that people are. It's just like, well, no, that doesn't sound right. Probably a scam.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, that's what happens when crypto starts going up. You start getting all these scams.
yeah,
Buy this token. This token's gone 100 times in 24 hours and stuff like that. I just think it needs to get regulated.
yeah,
I think it will get regulated. I don't know much about crypto, so don't, I'm not an expert or anything like that. But for me, I think it needs to get regulated just to get rid of the risk of sort of. Like, for me now, what I learned in 2023 is I won't invest in anything now if it has one red flag. And
Yeah.
Vic taught me this because that's what she used to do. Like, if there's any red flag on a company, I won't invest in it. Because what tends to happen is they tend to then disappear eventually, even with one red flag. Because scams are getting so good. They've got everything. Especially
Yeah.
with AI. AI is making it dangerous as well. AI is making it dangerous. Because you can now actually create an AI owner.
yeah,
If you think about it, you could create an AI owner with AI fake ID. Yeah? With, you could register the address at a certain location. Do you know what I mean? The scam. I might have just gave loads of scammers some IDs there. Well,
The thing is,
'cause-
with AI, you can get somebody who is anybody, make up somebody, and they can talk like a normal person does.
Well, they're doing it for.
Look at them on screen, and you think, oh, that's a real person, but it's not. It's AI made up. You know?
Yeah, have you not seen the jumping all over the porn industry? There's AI like influencers on Instagram, lasses, yeah, showing all the bits and that. But it's just AI, but they look so real, and they've got OnlyFans and everything, and they're selling AI OnlyFans, and it's just a bloke, like maybe just a spotty 16-year-old guy,
His mum's basement.
yeah, preying on pervy men.
Yeah.
Like-
Speaking of, they are going to take over the world, aren't they? These spotty 16-year-old.
They are. Nerds have become the powerhouses, haven't they?
Yeah, because they know what's going on.
Yeah, and they know all about technology and things like that. So nerds, well, when I was a kid, the nerds are now like the bees and cheese.
Yeah. As you can see, people, as you can tell, I ain't a nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, so the thing is, some stuff you've done with investigating stuff, with technology and that sort of thing. I always had other people do it.
Yeah.
Because every year findings, like, you can't get in there. And it's weird.
Yeah. What was your job role in the police, Martin?
I investigated murders.
Did you?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So I was officer in the case for murders.
Yeah.
That lasted 10 years. That last year it was historic sexual offences.
Oh, was it?
Stuff like that.
I don't know if I could do all that, me. Like,
Not pleasant. I won't tell you any stories, mate. Don't worry.
yeah, tough job that. Like,
Yeah, out of it now though. So
that's it, man. That's it.
Getting out and doing stuff.
That's
Yeah.
it. Living your life a bit
retired
now,
now,
eh?
Martin, are you?
Say again, Bob.
Are you retired?
I am retired. Yeah, retired yesterday. My first day of freedom.
Wish I could have retired at 22.
I know. It's a good age to retire.
Not bad, is it? Right? Get in there and go.
Bet you don't stay retired for long.
Say again, Babs.
Bet you don't stay retired for long.
Well, I'm retired. I'll be doing Forex trading.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing. So,
that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's it. You got to do it.
How long have you been retired now, Barbs?
10 years.
10 years.
Well, take a year off now because I've been Forex for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, you might correct me, but is it once you retired, you sort of still need something, as in goals to reach, something to progress in? Do you think?
Your head goes, you just don't think you need anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's all yours. And you drift.
Yeah.
And yes, it's nice having the freedom, but you can only do so much freedom. So
Yeah.
much shopping, so much lunching. It's boring. You miss the social interaction with people. Because I
Yeah.
don't have Facebook anymore.
Oh,
Worried about
it's
it.
not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
You've got to keep your mind active. You know what I mean? You've got to keep going at stuff.
Yeah. What hobbies you got, like, Martin?
Rugby.
Rugby?
Yeah, I referee rugby matches.
Oh, well done.
Dear.
Oh yeah. Adult kids.
Barb and Roger are big rugby fans.
Yeah. I love it.
Not a sail fan, though, are you?
I am a Sale fan.
Oh,
It started. Morning, Nate.
sorry.
What's your club?
Exeter.
Exeter. I can tell that by your accent.
Well, she's a Scouser, Barb's.
Roger's from Devon, so I have to follow Exeter.
Fair enough. I'll let you on. If you've got family there, that trumps it all, doesn't it? No?
Actually, they're a good club, so that's why I follow them. If they weren't a good club, I'd say.
I wish I got into rugby, though. I do. I wish I got into rugby. I did have loads of chances in the army, but I liked football too much. That just stopped me, really. Yeah. People say that, yeah.
Gobby and fast, and fattiest from out, mate.
Yeah. Fat was that, or fat? Gobby and fat, that's all you need to be. Yeah. No, I do wish I got into it.
Can you terminate people's screens, Pete?
You are?
Can you terminate people's screens for
I
me?
know, he's close. He's close.
So yeah, I do.
What do Exeter and Newcastle have in common? You know.
What's that, Jack?
What do Exeter and Newcastle have in common?
What?
They've got the same stadium name.
Have they?
They're both St James's Park.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There's one for quizzes if you.
Hey, Jack, we're going to have to start writing these down for when we have a quiz night. You could be the quiz. I'm going to start calling you the quiz master.
I'm no good. That's just football knowledge is about.
Yeah, I'm not really into.
Everyone's looking on Google now, quickly checking.
I know, yeah, I know.
Exeter's home stadium name.
Are you into rugby, Jack? Jack, you into rugby? You've muted yourself. Either that or he's buggered off. Yeah. What other hobbies you got, Martin, apart from rugby?
Well, I coach. I don't have time for anything else because I coach one of my lads.
What, rugby coaching?
Rugby, yeah.
Ah, right.
I want my daughter to her.
Yeah.
And I referee twice a week. So
Really?
I don't have time for anything else.
Fishing, you get into fishing?
I tried fishing, I was crap.
What type of fishing?
Stream fishing. Well, it was the afternoon because I couldn't be asked getting up. You know when you're a kid?
Yeah.
And you go and you chuck some bait out and that sort of thing. You see all the fish on
On someone's land. That's called poaching, Martin.
That was one thing. I never had a license.
Yeah.
I was a kid. You don't have a license.
Can't beat fishing, man. It's really good for the soul. Good morning, Nate.
Would never have guessed.
What's that?
Ex-police breaking the law.
I know,
Fishing without
poaching.
license and all
I
sorts.
know.
Hey.
It's only triple law, isn't it, mate? It's not proper law, is it? Didn't kill anybody. Didn't even kill a fish. I was rubbish. Didn't catch. I went fishing for 2 years and did not catch it.
Really, you're going with the wrong people. The thing with fishing, to get into fishing, you've got to go with someone who fishes.
You know what they're doing.
Yeah, and you learn from them. My dad fishes for England. My dad, he's on the England team for fly fishing. I was brought up massively fishing, sea fishing, fly fishing, coarse fishing. I'm more into fly fishing though. Mackerel season, love mackerel bashing.
That's about an angle to that, isn't it? Mackerel fishing.
Yeah, but to be honest, believe it or not, I've not actually fished for mackerel here yet. I just haven't got around to find the location. The thing with here, you got to find the locations. When you ask people around here, where's the best place to fish for mackerel, everyone goes, Mackerel Rock. Alright, I would never have guessed that. However, I think there's like 2, 3, 4 mackerel rocks. I think every rock's called Mackerel Rock when it's mackerel season. So,
You know, Ireland gets it. Our kid went fishing. I ditched it. We were away on holiday and our kid went fishing. He caught about 5 or 6 mackerel.
yeah, I think you could probably catch them off every rock, really.
It's what used to be, God knows how many years ago, but the stocks and stuff.
Don't know. It was getting worse in Hartlepool. Used to go off of Middleton Pier. When I was a kid, you remember, you could pull out 20 in the morning. Couple of hours session. And then it just dropped down. It got so bad. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what it's like now. Blackpool replay tonight, Nate. What do you mean? What happened with Blackpool? Blackpool replay. Did Blackpool?
Well, Forest, because they drew 1-1, didn't they?
Ah, right. Okay. Did they draw 1-1 with Blackpool?
Um,
Bloody hell.
Blackpool, Forest, Bristol Rovers, Norwich, Everton, Crystal Palace.
Ah, 2-2 it was.
that was a 2-2.
Yeah. All right, so you're playing tonight. I'm worried about Forest though, Nate. You must be worried with what's going on. Because where you're at in the league? Let's have a look. So you are 15th. How many points you on? You're on 20 points. If you get let's say you get a 10-point deduction, like Everton, to put you bloody second bottom. I think so you can still get out of it if you got that. Because it's so tight.
How rubbish is that though?
What?
Do you know what I mean? There's a double in 10 points because we sold the player in August, not June.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, give me a helping there. What you trying to achieve there? It doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, not. You know what it is? It sounds bad, this, right? But it's because we've now jumped into like the City League, as in for money. I think it's really bad picking on the smaller clubs with who doesn't have the financial backing as in the bigger clubs. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they're picking on the smaller clubs, as in, because it really affects them. And if they've broken financial fair play, was it because they weren't fully clued up on it? Did they know what they were doing? Or was it just a pure human error? Do you know what I mean?
I do, but I think they're choosing low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
The easy ones. Well, we have a rule. 3 years, you can't be a room, whatever it is, in debt or whatever, or overspent.
Yeah.
You are 3.5, got you, the ace. And it's like, well, grow up. Like, is it that material? Because by the time it got to for Nottingham Forest, by the time it got to whatever it was, August, we sorted it out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a fan, as you know, of FFP.
I get the concept of it, but I don't know. I don't know how they would do it. They've got to simplify it and make it a bit more straightforward. But I do believe that these owners will come in, and if they're willing to put loads of money into the club, why not? It stops the club from going. It makes the club to be around for another decade, 2 decades. You know what I mean? So what's the harm of it in it? I think as long as they're investing on the local community as well, I don't get what the harm is.
I don't either. I think it's, I mean, you look at yourselves now, you've got the option of starting to get really invested. You've got a good stadium, you can change your training ground, get a women's team, start getting more involved with the community, blah blah blah, get stuff in there. And how good is that for the North East?
Yeah.
Let's face it, it's struggling at times, isn't it? There's areas in the North East that are really bugging.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Joe, why wouldn't you go, yeah, please do that? I don't get it, mate, I really don't. I think there's a lot of protectionism, isn't there? United don't want to get they're struggling. They don't want anyone taking over from them. Liverpool, Arsenal.
They're the top 6.
No big 6.
Yeah, because City weren't the top 6. The original top 6 wasn't City.
Oh God, no.
Do you know what I mean?
We weren't even top 6 in the Championship.
Yeah.
You know, we've literally come from nowhere. I would never stop. I would never campaign to stop the chance. I mean, the first 3 years we were okay. 2008. No, first 2 years. 2008, 2010. Then it really kicked in.
Yeah.
This is what's trying to get us on.
What do you think? Do you think what do you think will happen with the allegations and the charges?
If I'm honest, nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I think that because they're going to change the specifications.
Yeah, I've heard that.
What they're trying to get us is for what they say is inflated money from sponsorship.
Right.
How can somebody else say that's not worth it? It's not inflated on, say, Emirates to Arsenal. It was similar, but always below what anybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Slightly below. So how can they say it's inflated our sponsorship when it's lower than other people's, as in the top 6?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And who's to say how much money or how much it's worth to a company? I just think it's very, very difficult to prove that. You can insinuate all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Can't prove. It's like if you had, I don't know, Saudis or whatever,
Well,
national Saudi thing, they said, come to the ground and call St James Park the best ground, and we're going to give them £100 million a year.
well, isn't it in the club's interest to try and get the best deal as in sponsorship? But I think the issue is it's if that sponsor has ties or links with the owners of the club. I think that's where the issue is. Because yeah, they could just say, you know, have a massive, we're going to pay you triple to really what it should be, just obviously try and get some money pumped in. So I think that's. But how do you police that? Like what you say, how do you put a value on it, really?
Because we always had the lower sponsorship deals, the naming of the ground,
Mm.
than United did, or Arsenal did.
Yeah.
And we added in the training complex as well.
Yeah.
So, and the shirt sponsor always one thing. So, and it was always lower then. So can you really say it's inflated? I don't know. And they're also saying that they paid Mancini back in brown envelopes.
Really?
Yeah, but how are they going to prove that?
Yeah, well, that's it. How are they going to prove that?
Do you not have to keep the brown envelopes for something like 7 years or something like that? So
that's what the scuttlebutt is, but where's the evidence?
yeah.
The evidence comes from hacked emails that have been. The guy who hacked him is in prison at the moment, so he's coming for fraud, so he can't believe a word he says.
Yeah.
I just think that try and fit in because they've got to be seen to be doing something. They're trying Arsenal and Everton because it's easy and it's low hanging fruit. And the government are trying to get an independent overseer of football, aren't they? As opposed to the FA, which is fair enough.
Just blame AI, Martin.
Yeah. Basically, find an AI football team.
Yeah. AI. Them emails came from where? Sorry, AI. Chat GPT or whatever it is. GPT, is it?
Chat.
Yeah.
GPT. Yeah.
Chat GPT, AI, it's all made up. That's what I think. And I think when they get into it all, they'll change it, and that'll release teams like yourselves, like Nottingham Forest, who's got, they will get the best more.
Yeah.
Something feels dodgy. I've always thought, like FFP, it just seemed like it's a way, like you say, of not bridging the gap between lower league teams and the top. Because anybody who's coming up from the championship that can't then go out, if they've got, 200, 300 million to spend, they can't just go out and spend that. Because then, you've got to have the revenue coming in, you've got to have the sponsors coming in, and all of this. Whereas the established teams have already got that, so they can then go and spend 200-300 million if they wanted to. So, it just it's never sat right with me. I've never liked it anyway. But even before we were taking over and have the money to spend.
But it's a third party though, isn't it? I might be wrong here, but I'm sure the Premier League has basically brought in a third party to do the audits on these companies.
Yeah, so it's like an independent adjudicator.
Yeah. And they've done that smartly, really, because obviously the Premier League's like, whoa, it's not us. Do you know what I mean? You would then think nobody is then safe at that point. But if it was the Premier League, we all know the Premier League is a bit corrupt. Yeah. And they can be bought. Like, yeah, so is no one safe? Is no one safe? Well, it's going to show, isn't it? Because I think Newcastle, we are literally trying to stay within the guidelines. So it'll soon prove that how long it takes us to get up there. If we do it properly, it'll show. Well, actually, yeah, you can do it in 4 or 5 years. Or if it takes 20 years, no, you can't do it. It's going to take 20 years if you abide by the rules. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think it'll take you 20 years. Because
No.
Yeah.
if you look at what we're doing outside of income from football, non-football related income is quite high. It's around about 400 million, which is big. That's all having sponsors for your knives and forks, and sponsors for your
Yeah.
sponsors for that blading grass and this blading grass and all that kind of thing. That's what United were doing years ago, and that brings income in. That's everything sponsored.
Yeah.
And we've got sponsors for tyres, because we're always driving cars on football on the pitch. But you have a sponsor for everything, and the ties it all in,
Yeah.
and that generates you the income, and then you can start winning stuff, and then you start getting more income and more, and it snowballs, and it'll snowball for you lot. It really will.
Well, at the minute, there's talk that we've got to sell players to bloody get more in.
I don't know how much truth there is in that, to me.
Well,
I need to choose myself.
well, I hope not, because you know what? Because Newcastle as a club, we've always sold our best players, really. Apart from
Yeah.
Shearer, like we always sell our best players. Like Andy Carroll was on fire that time when he went to Liverpool. He was on fire. Why did we get rid of him? Things like that.
Cool.
Yeah. But we can't be selling. You don't. You think if a team? This is where Mike Ashley was wrong, because he used to sell the best players for profit. Yeah, but if a club wants to get there, you don't sell your best players.
Yeah.
You know, you buy You buy better.
Yeah.
Any money out of your club, Alex?
You are.
I mean, the private investment fund
Yeah.
itself is not taking any money out of your club.
Yeah.
It's like the buyer taking no money out of, not the buyer, sorry,
Guitar.
Abu Dhabi are taking no money out of cities. They're not taking any profit out. And that upsets teams who are American owned, because their owners want to take money out, because that's what they want. They're using it as a cash cow.
Yeah.
We're not using it as a cash cow, and you will find a lot of paper talk around yourself, which is just guff, absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
You're not doing this, you can't do that, because we don't, the press, I mean, none of them are journalists, they're all reporters now, and they make stuff up for clicks.
Yeah.
You'll find all the stories there, just about clicking on, all that kind of
Just
stuff.
clickbait, isn't it?
It's rubbish.
It's really bad.
So,
Awful society like that where it's all about clicks. It means people post anything online just for the clicks. I think it's all backwards, and that's why you don't know what to believe anymore now. You know you can't believe the news, and you know you can't believe anything on social media. So where do you get your information from? Do you know what I mean?
they become somebody who'll start posting stuff. Like, you know, Fabrizio Romano, you can believe what he says about transfers at the moment until he proves otherwise.
Yeah.
We had a guy called Rabin, Rabin, who used to fight all the rubbish on social media.
Yeah.
And you'll find somebody who will do that.
Yeah.
Themselves will get that information, and it'll be, alright, and they'll be drawing stuff in, and they'll be proving his argument, or their argument, that they'll do more things. And that's what happens, because you'll have that much crap posted at you, particularly when you start winning stuff. People go, oh, little Newcastle, we like that, until you start winning stuff.
Yeah.
Then you're the threat.
Morning, Sharif's on. You made a 70 million loss this season. I don't think we did we? You're only allowed to make a loss of 35 million a season. Sell Bruno to PSG. That will balance the books. Do you know what, Bruno? If you look at Bruno, I seen a post the other day, and it did actually make sense. If you look at the teams he's played recently, and he bossed the midfield. Like, what a play. He's got to be one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, I think. He's unbelievable. But yeah, we'd get some money from, like, but I don't know. I don't know about that loss though. I thought we had a 40% gain, but I don't know whether that's turnover, profit, what, I don't know.
39% revenue increase.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it's like 73 million loss
Oh, is
on
it?
the book.
Right. Yeah.
It's,
So
you know,
turnover was 70 million. Well, that makes sense though, because the owners are putting money in. It's like having a business, isn't it? You have a
Yeah.
business, you don't make money for the first year. It's all about ploughing money into it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's probably why they lost. But Sharif's saying you only allowed a 35 million loss a season. So I don't know how that works. As in,
nah, I don't think
don't
that's
know.
gonna.
Over 3 seasons, 105 million.
Yeah.
is it?
That's what it is. Over 3 seasons. So it's 30. So that splits down to 35 million a season.
Yeah.
Whether you do that in seasons, or whether you do that, depends on where you were previous to.
I don't know.
Your owners are too clever
Yeah.
to get stuck by that. They're like, the same with our owners. They try, because they know they're being targeted. They make sure everything. I's dotted, T's crossed, and everything, because they know people scrutinise them.
Yeah.
They want them to fail. They want you to fail. Because if an oil club, you stay owned, unlike, let's say, Chelsea, who were owned by an oligarch from Russia. But he's dead, isn't he?
Oh.
Those people are owned by billionaires in America, and we just use it as a cash cow, because that's great, isn't it? So, I mean, it's like our owners are better than your owners, or your. It's like owners are owners, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've got the interest of the club in, or they haven't.
Yeah. Right, guys, we're going to hold out because we're getting a 4-hour close. Okay, so sorry to interrupt. However, we've got a 4-hour close in 32 seconds. Now, remember what I said with the hour? What did I say about this previous hour? I said it's got no bottom wick. So what tends to happen, is the new candle then closes the opposite. And look what's happening. Yeah, the new hour opened up, pushed down first, create a bottom wick for this one, and then flip bullish. So this is going to close bullish. Now, where's it going to close? This is the tricky thing now, because we have got a minor support around. So the hour hasn't broke back in. However, what does that look like on the 4? So we've had a 4-hour bullish close. So what's the 4 done? So the 4's done absolutely nothing. Because if the 4, for me, the 4 is closed respecting. So you technically got a nest play on the 4. You've closed respecting. So the new 4 can't do anything. It can close doji, bearish, close into the range. I just want to have a look, because this 4 closed respecting, then we got a doji candle, but you did push up to 2027. So if we can come down on this 4, test the lows, potentially get a buy stop on the other side, because the way I'm looking at it is the reason, if we are going to drive down past these levels, why didn't this do it? Well, it didn't do it because we need to break these highs. It's not enough liquidity. This wasn't enough liquidity to push past this. Therefore, we need to break this. So if we can pull back on this, buy stop on the other side, because you should be pushing past that even if you want to get down. But it's tricky this, because the hours close respecting, the 4 hours close respecting. So it doesn't really have to. It sort of goes a bit against. We needed a break out there. We needed an hour break above. That's what we really needed. An hour break above. Let me check this range. Let me flick the trend structure on. The hours there. So does that mean we're going to... Because are we going to have to break the highs again? What's the 30 done? We haven't filled the range. Come back up. See, we've closed respecting on the 30 as well. That's not very good for us. The 15, there's a minor support here, but I don't think it's a proper 15-minute range. Let me have a look. So even if you break out, you can come straight back down. No good this, guys. No, what time are we on? 10 o'clock. Might be no trade, guys, to be honest with you. Because you're going to have to wait for another hour closing, and that's going to be 11 o'clock. But the thing with the hour close now, you could just close doji, and then you still need another hour to then close below 2016. Because the 4 hours closed bullish, but closed respecting. So it means this 4 hour is, I don't know, I can't see this 4 hour flying anywhere. I might be wrong, because Forex, anything can happen. But I probably see this 4 hour closing doji. It might create a top wick. It might do something like this. Just break the highs, come back down, and then close doji, and then you'll get a maybe something like that. But then you've got to wait another for this 4 hour to close to then look for trades, because then you'll have confirmation that this area is getting respected, because you've now had 2 candles. It's tough taking a sell here now because we are bullish and we've struggled to break the lows, so we know we need to break the highs, but because we're close respecting, we can't really take buys. So I'm hoping I'm explaining this right okay for you. You're with it. Very difficult at the minute, guys. What if we get a 15 break above? So to take a buy, you'd have to wait for the 30, because the 30 is close respecting. So the 30 is close respecting. But here's the thing: if the next 30 closes into the next range, like that, I don't know whether we'll drive on that 30. But what might happen is you'll then get a pop-up, break the highs, and then flip fake out back down, and that'd be the hour just closing doji, because the hour's respecting as well, and you wouldn't be able to get in on this. You have got a potential buy up here, but it's not the cleanest. Now, I do feel, what about the 5? No bottom wick on the 5. Do we need to break these highs in order to come back down? 5, no bottom wick. I can't even take that really. If we had no top wicks on these, we potentially could be looking for a buy here, because you know you're going to have to break the highs again to come back down. Okay, let's see how this 15-minute closes, right? See how this 15-minute closes. Because if the 15-minute closes above, what does that mean with price? Well, we push to 2026. So let's mark this up. 2026. You couldn't even take it because the hour's respecting. I'm gonna wait for this 15, and then we'll see what we do from there. I mean, if you're into this type of stuff, you're into market maker, things like that, you come out the bottom, got a nice double bottom there. Technically, you should be pushing to the other side of Asia. Now, break the highs, which makes sense. It does make sense. But with Meraki, I can't get in because of the hours. Tricky. 30-minute close. Do we need to break the lows now to drive back up? Or is this enough liquidity now to push past this? I would think so. What if we pull back? What if 2020, what's this? Okay. That potentially could work. But we've got to show signs that we need to break the highs again. So if the next 15 pops back down and then flips, what would that be? That would be the 5s coming down. Tap back at all. Be an aggressive move, mind. 12 pips. Okay. We might not get back down there. 15's opened up. No bottom wick. No bottom wick on these candles, right? You're probably going to get a bottom wick. So this 15's likely going to flip to the downside. Does that mean the hour's then going to... Sorry, that was a 5, wasn't it? The hour's going to come back down. I want to see how this 15 closes. If the 15 closes like this, we're then back into this range. We should be coming back down. Come to at least 2022. See, I need a break. I need some sort of higher time frame break. That means we will have to wait another hour. Let's see how this 15 closes. 5 minutes, guys, and we'll see. We'll adjust accordingly from there. What did we do? So Monday, did we have a trade Monday? I think we did, didn't we? We had a trade Monday, trade Tuesday, Wednesday today. Now, this is what we could have done, but it hasn't happened like this. So, if this hour is closed respecting, and this hour opens up and pushes up first and tests the high, you can then just get a sell stop underneath for this hour to then flip. Because if you close respecting, you're probably going to come back down, or come back to create at least a bottom wick. So that's what you sort of another method you can do, but it's just tricky in this area, very tricky in this area. Because if you look at these 4s, even these 4s close respecting, but close bullish, pull back, and then still drove. So this might be nothing, you know. But are we going to come down first? I do have a potential wing back buy from 2020 if the lower time frames can get down there. But we just have to be careful, because we would have to be aggressive with the stops, really. Don't like it. Don't like it. What are you doing? 3 minutes left for a close. I don't think it's going to do anything, is it? Because you're probably going to get a 30 close like this, and then the new 30, you'd have to wait another 30. Now if the 15 closes bullishly, what does that mean? See, I would probably need a 15 above that, but Once you get a 15 close above there, tend to then come back to 2023. But these 15s sort of fly through here, so you might get 115 what flies up. Actually, let's have a look at the 5 minute. Five. Fives are pretty nice. Not this one. Five. So if the 5 closes like this, you've got no bottom wick on this 5. But if this 5 closes like that, that means the 15 is going to close bullish. It's not enough. Because if this 15 closes doji, I mean that's confirmation he's still in this zone. But I know the next one can close, but you'd have to wait another 15. Go from there. We could just mess about here until New York, really. We're sort of stuck in this range. We're stuck in this range, guys. This one. Ah, look. Seconds. How are you going to close here? Bearish. You little bugger. You little bugger. What if? The 4 hours closed respecting. The 3 hours closed. You're probably going to get a wick fill at that point. 2 hour closed. Yeah, wick fill to the downside. 1 hour close respecting. 30 minute close respect. Everything's close respecting, but this is the thing, everything's bullish. So you sort of need some bearish closures. What's the 5 do? Trying to see if we can get a pop up. If we can get a pop up to drive back down. I'd probably have to wait for another hour, guys, and I'd need another hour candle. It's a bit risky taking. We're trying to force things here. I'd have to wait for another hour candle. If not, the safest thing to do is see what this next 4 hours going to do. Because this next 4 hour can easily close doji. That means you just sat here for 4 hours waiting. So I just don't think there's any point. I can't take anything yet. I need a higher time frame. I need an hour or something breaking out of some sort. But we've filled the range close respecting. I'm trying to see if we can come back down. But I don't know if we're going to come back down because... Well, if we come back down, we're not going to drive. We're bullish on everything. So it's a bit tricky. It means I would have to wait, and I'm normally done for 11 anyway, so it's just no point. So I'm probably going to call it a stream. Now what we want to see tonight though is we want a daily close below 2016. If we get that daily close tomorrow, it'll be fantastic. Tomorrow should be good. The rest of the week should be good, because that would be the weekly then coming back down to tap previous support. So as long as we get that daily close below tonight, and we should be good. I will be looking at New York session, so if I see anything, I'll be popping them in the trade ideas. So if you can catch it that way. But other than that, it's now going on, guys. Unfortunately, we're too slow. We're just messing about. Any questions before I go?
Cheers, mate.
No,
Thanks very much.
it's all right. If
Thanks, Pete.
no worries. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, drop us a like. Be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. Notify you when we're trading. 8 a.m. London time most weekdays. If you want to get into our Discord, the link tree button's in the description. You can get through on that via the link tree button. Loads of information about the company from there. But other than that, I'll see you all tomorrow. Alright? Catch you later, guys.
Hey, man.
See you later, Vin.
Have a good day, mate.
Bye.